A very good afternoon to you, Ayanda. I do understand that the media is not allowed inside for the formal proceedings. Kindly give us an indication as to why this is and what is currently happening at the moment.
All right, a very good afternoon to you, Pearl, and a good afternoon to our viewers at home. Yes, the media has been asked to stay out of this meeting so that the NEC leadership who are here, that's Dr. Zweli Mkhize and Barbara Creasy, they are the two deployees here to this eThekwini region for this very important report back to the branch members here in this region on the decision by the ANC to recall President Jacob Zuma. They've asked us to just respect the process and saying that this is just, it's important that they are open and that they're able as leaders to engage with the branch members or the members of the ANC. What they have said is that once they have done, they concluded the meeting, the NEC deployees will then come out and address the members of the media, who I must say many of us around here in Durban, the members of the media are out here. And we will, of course, be waiting for Dr. Zweli Mkhize and some of the now provincial leadership of the ANC here to come out and address the members of media. And I think what is important for this meeting, Paul, is how the members of the ANC are going to receive this this news or the decision by the ANC. Of course, throughout the week, we have been speaking to the people of KwaZulu-Natal, to the members of the ANC in KZN, on whether or not they accepted or how they took the news of the ANC's decision to recall President Jacob Zuma. And from the ground, it was mixed reaction. Some were saying that yes, they accept the decision for the ANC, and they're saying that it was a good decision that the President Jacob Zuma vacated his position so that the new president could then take over. Others were saying that they were not happy with that decision and that the ANC should have at least allowed President Jacob Zuma to finish his term. So I guess at this meeting here today, there could be those different views coming from the members of the ANC. But on the whole, majority of them, and that was just during the week, as I've said, they said that they have to respect the decision that has been taken by the leaders of the ANC. Of course, we'll wait here to find out what the response is or the reaction is from these members here. You'd know that Pearl, KwaZulu-Natal is a very important, and as said, it is the largest province or in terms of members of the ANC. KwaZulu-Natal has the largest numbers of ANC members, and of course, even the new ANC president Cyril Ramaphosa himself, he has said how important and influential the province of KwaZulu-Natal is. The other matter, of course, is that with President now, the former President Jacob Zuma, this was his stronghold. This was where he enjoyed immense support from the branch members, or from the members of the ANC in this province. And so it is going to be interesting to see when they engage with the leadership what their position is and what their views are about this recall. But certainly we are out here and we are waiting, and once they've concluded this meeting, we will then get an opportunity to engage with the leadership of the ANC. Pearl.
And Ayanda, how are you reading the mood over there this afternoon? I think the branches are absolutely going to be central. They're a central part in the unity of the ANC. How are the Zuma supporters likely to take the explanation? Do you think it's something that they're likely to easily accept simply because they cannot change it? Or do you think there's a likelihood that further divisions within the party in KZN specifically may be entrenched?
Well, that's one that we're just going to have to wait and see. But what I have said and what we are picking up from some of the members out here were saying is that it was a hard pill to swallow for some of them. Particularly, they still wanted to see President Jacob Zuma finishing his term. But they're saying that at the end of the day, they have to respect the decision that the NEC has taken. They might not agree with it. And that is why I think Dr. Mkhize and Barbara Creasy, they're going to face some tough questions from the branch members as to how the NEC got to that decision for them to recall President Jacob Zuma, and what it is that they decided and the reasoning behind ANC NEC deciding to recall President Jacob Zuma. I don't think it's going to be that easy for the leadership that is here, that it's just going to be a matter of them reporting back and sort of to say, well, let's now continue. I think they are going to possibly face some difficult questions from the members of the ANC. But as I said, there's different views. There are those who have been saying, and throughout the week, that let's accept the decision by the leadership of the ANC and move forward. But another matter, and something that we picked up on here, Pearl, when we arrived, that it was quite strict at the gate. There was a list, and members were only being allowed to enter if you were on that list. And I guess if you're not, then the people were being turned away. And we don't know exactly yet. This is a question that we are going to pose to the ANC, to the leadership of the ANC when we do engage with him, as to exactly who was allowed to be part of this meeting. We do hear on the sidelines that there are some ANC members possibly outside who are unhappy, who also wanted to be part. We don't know exactly who should have been allowed at this meeting, but it is something that, of course, we have to pose to them, is that why were there some members of the ANC branch members who say they're members in good standing who have not been allowed to enter this, whether or not it was a meeting that was set just for the chairpersons and the secretaries of the branches, and what would then be expected is that they will then take that message to their respective branches, and they will then go and explain to the branches what the message from the leadership was. It is something that we are going to be speaking to them. But Pearl, I think it is going to be mixed reaction. Some definitely are not happy with this decision. In fact, now it is after the fact. President Jacob Zuma now is long recalled, and this is now just to explain to them a process where they were never given a chance to share their views before the ANC was able to take that decision.
All right, so that is our reporter Ayanda Mhlongo coming to us live from Durban. I guess the ruling party, Ayanda, is just looking at the bigger picture and trying to move forward in preparation for next year's general elections.